Perfekt. So. Inzwischen ist es schon wieder so lange her, dass ich nicht mehr wirklich weiß, was in der Geschichte her bisher alles passiert ist oder recht kurz davor passiert ist. Nee, mir fällt nichts ein. Daher. Machen wir einfach weiter. Vielleicht wird das noch irgendwie nochmal genauer geklärt. Alright then, I'm off. Look out for cars, be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa Fighters Victory Celebration. Ach, war das letztes Mal nur das Dingens Baseballspiel anscheinend. Was ja nicht so besonders wichtig war. So storymäßig. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Rainer was already at our usual meeting place. Windows hat geupdatet. Oh, das ist natürlich doof. Aber schön, dass du es noch halbwegs rechtzeitig geschafft hast. Hast Higurashi-mäßig nicht viel verpasst. Wir haben, im Endeffekt sind wir jetzt eigentlich erstmal nur auf dem Weg. Also wir sind von zu Hause aus weggegangen und sind jetzt auf dem Weg zu dieser Barbecue-Party, die nach dem Baseballspiel irgendwie so versprochen wurde. Und mehr ist jetzt nicht wirklich passiert. Und Keiichi hat nichts gegessen, nichts zu Frühstück und so weiter, weil die ganzen Leute vom Club sind ja da. Kann sein, dass es da irgendwie Wettessen oder so geben wird. Hat er gemeint. Ansonsten, die Planung für einen Halloween-Livestream ist überarbeitet, jetzt inzwischen passt. Ja, aber hat sich nicht groß viel geändert, bisschen was verschoben. Outlast DLC ist ein bisschen nach unten verschoben worden. Graven Man, nee, nicht Graven Manor, ich glaube Graven Manor oder so, ist ein bisschen nach oben verschoben worden und Among the Sleep ist erstmal rausgenommen. Ansonsten hat sich eigentlich nichts weiter geändert. So. Rainer was already at our usual meeting place. Mion arrived a few minutes later. Great! Let's get going! This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I expected nothing less. I, too, went without breakfast, and am now in top physical condition. Wow, you two skipping breakfast is bad for your health. Rainer made sure to eat something. Yeah, you're great, Rainer. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that unhealthy Mion. Get yourself a nice, springy body and be all over the dirty magazines. Oh, the dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rainer too. For Rainer too? Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Rainer any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I could see Rainer doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. Yeah! The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furure Shrine grounds, where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? Watanagashi or something. The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. Then we arrived on the shrine grounds. The Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us. Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses! If you all hadn't come, there would have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is. You underestimate us, Satoko. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again. What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means. Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you. I'll give Satoko lots and lots of the grilled squash too. When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat, it could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Then squash. Squash. Zerquetschen, ja, das ist mir bewusst. Kürbis. Grilled yellow squash. Spaghetti squash. What? Was ist denn Squash? Spaghetti squash. What? Was ist denn das? Spaghetti-Kürbis. Also tatsächlich Kürbis ist damit gemeint. Okay. Anscheinend Kürbis. Wow, good for you, Satoko. You'll have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. Ah, Rena, everyone's bullying me. Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no, clearly given another second, Rena's mech punches would have us piled on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked I was keeping her to myself. Bam, bam, bam! Ah, no, Get-kun! This is Rena's. Okay. I'm taking her home. Ah, Rena-san. Beat up Mion-san and Rika like that too. Wow, wow, hold on there. Yeah. Okay. Now, where could Rika be? There she is. Rena-san, over there. Just wait, Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'm bringing you straight home. Meep. Meep. Satoko, you're mean. Oh, Rika-chan's so cute too. Oh, I'm gonna take her home. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Rika, it serves you right. Satoko laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Reina's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawled out on the ground. Are you alright, my Bada-san? Tsunuzaki-san. The coach came over and lent us a hand. Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Reina's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Oh, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it. I did make a promise. Can you tell how much all of this weighs? It really did cost me a lot. Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday. Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah, Satoko-chan's definitely the guest of honor today. Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit that last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true. Satoko is pretty athletic. Not bad at all, she could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability, even compared to me. Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Ah ha 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 ha. Stop singing my praises, you're making me blush. Munch munch. Satoko, from whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute. My Bada-san, this is heavier. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Wow! The barbecue's protagonist has arrived. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled burning hot meat juices made a shh noise as they drizzled off. Gulp. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once. Yep, can't have a barbecue without some of these. Can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go. Wow, look, it's amazing. Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In left was a cup of juice that I could chuck down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man. Ah, I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Gobble, gobble. Not just yet, Kei-chan. We've got a little ceremony first. Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted the nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on for, a little bit more of the food's freshness goes away. Ah! Satoko stomped down onto the back of my foot. My word! Men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly? Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face? Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a hard battle after that amazing pitcher came in. But thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Both my hands were full, so the adults and other brothers gave us a round of applause. This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game. Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast. Cheers! They say that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. Hunger. Ich auch etwas, ja. Wäre auf jeden Fall nicht schlecht, ja. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game. Like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshi-hen pitcher. Well, even what I did was all thanks to Satoko. Satoko didn't have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won over Kameda like you did, Kei-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise. By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kameda-kun after that, didn't you? You looked like you were best friends. The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that. Ha 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 ha. That sort of, well, it's... I violently brushed through Reina's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of friendship between males. Dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Now then, where's the hero, or rather the heroine, Satoko? Oh, there she is. Satoko was with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday, and her teammates spared no compliment for her, since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshi-hen pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seems she was in a great mood. Loquacious. Das ist ein Wort, das kenne ich noch nicht. Loquacious. Aber gleich. Geschwätzig, redselig, gesprächig, schwatzhaft. Zungengewandt. Aber das ist nicht bestätigt. Gesprächig. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. But she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Satoko going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. But both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun. Quite a lot of it. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed at Satoko from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her. Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Satoko-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off. Really? I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate. I'm sure Satoko-chan would be mad if she heard that. But that part of her is very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Irie, was it? That's right. Everyone else calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, my Bara-san. As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little. Coach, you seem to like Satoko a lot. I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. I love her, in fact. When she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. Ooh, what? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy. My Bara-san, did it surprise you? Could it be you're going after Satoko-chan yourself? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know. Ich glaube nicht, dass die älter als 10 ist oder so. Dekaden ist ein bisschen... Coach, Satoko hasn't even been alive for much longer than a decade. Meine Worte. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch. I think Satoko deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly didn't think she had it in her. Satoko-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi. The one who left Satoko and ran away from home. Satoko's Nini. Satoshi Hojo. Do you not know about him? Satoko-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun. And he played with the Hinamizawa Fighters too. I wanted him to play a lot more, but then he transferred. Ah, I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Reina. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so didn't pay much attention to it, but... Only a brother transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away, and their cheerful voices distant. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. But for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point, I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually. After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time. A little at a time, yeah. It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think. So Toko-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation. They fell from a viewing platform. It was supposed to just be a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents? Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was, and how Satoko's parents had left on an eternal vacation. Then Satoko is... well... I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed, and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from others. Wait, Rika-chan, her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. I felt like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furude-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. My brother-san, you can probably understand that as well. I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod. Furude-san is a particularly... Schreibt das tatsächlich so? Particularly. Tatsächlich. Okay. Beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Okay. Come to think of it, you're right. Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor after all. I felt like she asked for help, everyone in the village would. But that only applies to Furude-san in particular. Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, "Family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words held a lot more weight now. I've seriously considered adopting her. Adoption. It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips. I've lived a really steady life all these years. I own property and I have credit. But marriage is the one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child, so I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter. Hahaha, what a shame. Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit a setback. Das will sie heiraten, dann will sie adoptieren. Der Kollege. Dann ist ja gut, dass ihr hier bei den, wie heißen es, Soul Brothers ist. Die sind ja alle. Haben ja alle gewisse Ideen, manchmal. Die Soul Brothers, wer ist da dabei? Keiichi, Oishi, Irie und Tomitake, heißt der Tomitake. Mio Takano und bla bla Tomitake, glaube ich. Der Fotograf halt. Soul Brothers. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first I was only half listening, but midway through I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Satoko, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings. Satoko-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But, you know, I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. Ha 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 ha. Of course, I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You're wrong. Satoko's happy. Huh? Coach showed a surprise at my having declared that. There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression quietly, but firmly all the time. All the same, meine ich. It was my approval of his feelings and my gratitude of Satoko's Nini. Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa. Ha 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 ha. I wonder. Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned satisfied and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile. I want her to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So, the words that I spoke were the same. What a coincidence. I think the same way. Oh, you too, my Barakun. Then that makes us friends. Let's make a promise. Promise? It's a very simple one. The coach said this, giving me a grin. That we will never, ever make her cry. It was short and to the point. Yeah, I promise too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there. Falsch geschrieben. We just sat there mit E-R-E und nicht mit E-I-R. Comfortably gazing at Satoko and everyone else having a good time. She'd certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do? That's a tough one. Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation. Well, first I would get her to call me master and re-educate her in the ways of a maidservant. Huh? What? How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? Barakun. I haven't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. Oh, that's right. I clearly said I would put Satoko on a wooden bondage horse and make her my meat slave. Ah, that sounds nice. Satoko-chan on a wooden horse. Please leave the item using play for after she's acquired the proper knowledge. It would be very dangerous to go in with the wrong idea. I get it. They do always write on labels to only use things for their intended purpose after all. That's right. Kei-chan, do you understand? Then, with that, it's time for... My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there. Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see? No, you've been hiding ever since then. Kei-chan, can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. This was Shion Sonosaki, the younger of the Sonosaki twins. Kam die in dem Kapitel bisher noch gar nicht vor. Im dritten Kapitel. Anscheinend nicht. Though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain no better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day in town and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya. So I thought we'd never see each other again. But to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Shion-san, you came. I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How did she contribute to our team's win? Well, you see, I'm actually the manager of the Hinamizawa fighters. The manager? No way. Then why weren't you at the game yesterday? That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Teehee. She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all. The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there. I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games to root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa fighters. I can't get into a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guys on the team. Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Shion! Little, where did you come from? Suddenly Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulders and pulled me forward towards her. Ah! It's Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan. Hello, Reina-san. I am honored you remembered my name. We only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Reina's name too. Cut the stupid greetings. You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. He's the hope of our club. Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy. Ah ha 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 ha. Yep, Keiichi-kun is the star rookie of our club. We could never trade him away. Reina's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. Ah, I felt like it was gonna turn into a bloody battle. That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year. Ha 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 ha. I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Yep, it definitely worked. That was what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished. Hey, Kei-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game with strings attached, of course. Shi-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun. Should I? I'll just win if I join in after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare. What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to... Blah. I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Blah. Wow, Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other. You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off. I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. An angry Mion dragged me away. Slide. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. So, ich hoffe, das Spiel dauert nicht super lang. Ich mache schon mal eine Abstimmung, was wir als nächstes dann nach der Pause dann machen. Was haben wir zur Auswahl? Uncharted 2, Darksiders 2, Dark Souls 3 und Castlevania. Okay, so. Bitte abstimmen. Ich machte hier noch ein bisschen weiter. Ja, mal schauen. Alright. Club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game? I'd take anything on. Okay, Keiichi-san, you should prepare yourself. We're going all out today. Great, bring it on. Zatoko or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly. Ah ha 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 ha. Reina will profit from your battle and fish herself up a win. Then I'll get all the manta rays first and ride them to victory. Oh, Ricky-chan is fled like a manta ray. Okay. I wanna take you home. Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is... Oh! Also kommt das Spiel dann erst beim nächsten Mal, nächste Woche. Okay, habe ich nichts dagegen. Auch wenn es wahrscheinlich wieder restlich nur Filler sein wird, aber... Naja. So, speichern. Ausmachen.